I got it. Yep, so I have the Switch 2. Ignore the shitty case. In this video, I'm just going to be talking about my thoughts on the system, generally, so far after using it, seeing as it came out this month, or last month, depending on when this video gets out, but probably this month. The first thing I have to say is the Joy-Cons are way better. I'm just going to say it right now, the magnets are way better than the original Switch. I don't have a Switch 1, so getting the Switch 2 was a good deal for me. But if you already have a Switch 1, I don't know if I'd recommend getting the Switch 2 because it's so expensive. But if you don't have a Switch 1, like, you honestly get it if you have the money. Now, I have this really bad, dumb, stupid plastic case around my Switch 2, mostly because I just don't want to get it scratched. I didn't have it on up until today because I didn't like the way the plastic felt on my hands. But I put it on again today, and maybe that was just because it had just come out of the wrapping, and that made the texture really weird. But it feels fine now, even if it's not preferable. The Joy-Cons are a lot bigger on this system, so you'll notice that it feels better for people with larger hands than it used to. They're more fitted to average-sized hands than they used to be as well. The Switch 1's Joy-Cons were really small. They were clearly made for children, especially with the Switch Lite, which didn't actually have Joy-Cons, but you know what I mean. And this is just a lot bigger, so it feels nicer to hold. I've got fairly big hands, and this fits into my hand okay. So it's nicer to hold for longer periods of time. My hands have cramped a lot less than they did with the Switch 1 when I had one. The Switch 2 is the fastest selling system of all time, so that's cool. I've noticed better performance in even Switch 1 games. Like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is running at 60 FPS. That just feels really good, especially because the screen on the Switch 1 was locked at 30. Even if the game had a frame rate that was locked at 60, it would still display, it just wasn't to its full potential, and now you can do that in handheld mode. In fact, the screen actually goes up to 120 Hz, although I don't think there are any games that support that right now. Now, I did get the Switch bundle that came with Mario Kart World, and what I have to say is it's just Mario Kart with an open world now. If you want to do that, it's fine. I don't think anybody really cares that much. It's just whatever. It is a really good game to get bundled with your Switch, but it's not a game I think I would buy on my own time. Granted, I don't think I would buy Mario Kart on my own time most of the time. Like maybe Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I have a cartridge for. Although, I mean, take a look for yourself. It's kind of destroyed. Since I used to have a Switch, I had some games on cartridge, including, but not limited to, Breath of the Wild. I actually just got this as Mario Wonder, Metroid Dread, Splatoon 2, and I've got one more. And the game I've been playing the most on my Switch 2 is Smash Ultimate, seeing as I've had it for so long and I finally have a Switch to play it on. Don't grill me for this, but I've been playing a lot of Sonic. I know he's the highest rated character that isn't DLC, but, like, I just love Sonic the Hedgehog. Can you blame me? I try not to use the homing attack too much because I know it's overpowered. And I don't really play against other players online ever, so I only really ever play in person with people. So it's not as bad, especially since I'm really bad at Smash anyways. At least he's not the only character I main. I main Link and Kirby as well, and even Meta Knight. I haven't noticed any burn-in with this OLED screen at all. To be honest, I've heard people talk about it. It has burn-in reduction built in as a setting that you can turn on or off. I've heard it actually takes a really long time for that to happen even on the Switch 1 OLED, which I think was also still locked at 30 FPS. That's something I gotta talk about. The battery life on this thing is kind of insane, especially if you turn off the 120 Hz refresh rate. It keeps the battery running a lot longer. This system does have issues, but most of that just comes down to, you know, Nintendo being Nintendo, especially with them just being able to fucking break your console whenever they want. It has happened to a couple when they've tried modding it, which is fucked up. I mean, come on. You should be able to do whatever you want to your system. But I guess if you're gonna buy it and you already know that they're gonna do that, then what are you gonna do about it? I don't mod my consoles, so that's not an issue for me. If I want to mod a game or do something like that, I'll just play a PC version or emulate something. There's really not much here to say other than it's just a pretty nice handheld console, and it's worth it if you don't have a Switch already and you have the money. Although I am much more excited for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds than I was for Mario Kart World, and I still am. And I have high hopes for that game because it looks pretty good. mean, Hatsune Miku in a racing game. But yeah, that's about all. I don't have anything else to say for this, and I'm gonna leave it there. I'd look forward to that Black Ops 6 review coming out fairly soon, except for the part that it's taking me like 8 years to make, even though I finished the script like 6 months ago. But I will be in Ireland for a week, so I won't be able to edit it during that time, seeing as I'm doing it on my home computer and not my laptop. We'll see how it goes. I'll try to get it out before Black Ops 7 comes out, which is kind of insane to say, because it's coming out literally the year after Black Ops 6, which is kind of fucked up, but I'll try to get it out before that game inevitably comes out. Anyways, see you guys in the next video.